Hi everyone, welcome to the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Insights by Dynamics Square. Today, I would be taking you through the voice of customer product of Microsoft Dynamics 365 stack. Let me tell you something about voice of customer to start with. So, voice of customer allows you to create and send surveys to your customers so that you can receive their valuable feedback about your products and services. The customers, on the other hand, can take your surveys on a phone, tablet, or mobile devices. With Voice of Customer for Dynamics 365, you create and distribute surveys and store survey responses in your Dynamics 365 instance along with other data. You can see your customer's feedback history as you work on a sales prospect, that is a lead, or to resolve a service case. When a customer completes a survey, leads can be created automatically based on the feedback. Moving ahead, a brief about myself. I am Vandana Dahiya representing Dynamic Square and your presenter for today. We would be talking about these three, four components. So first one, we would talk about why voice of customer. As I just told you a brief about it, that you can create surveys, you can send your surveys, you can get the responses back into your system, and then you can do a lot with the data which comes up as prospect or as leads. The second one would be the components of VOC. So what are the components which are provided in the solution by default? And along with that, how you can distribute your surveys which you create in your Dynamics 365 instance. Once you create those surveys, you will be able to send out those surveys to the customer, and then they can provide you their feedback, and then you can have the survey reporting and analytics part. You can analyze your reports. You can have different type of charts maybe and dashboard created for yourself to analyze all of these different type of data. Moving ahead, now we'll directly go to the our product. So I'll tell you how or where we can install this solution. So first of all, this is the Office 365 admin center, Microsoft Dynamics 365 admin center, and herein I'll go to the admin centers, and then I'll move ahead to Dynamics 365. Yeah. So first of all, the solution we need to add would be added from the solution here. So as you can see, the voice of customer is already installed. I have installed it beforehand, but I'll just show you that how we can do it and from where we can do it. So we headed to Dynamics 365, venting inside the admin center. So here we have come to the instances solutions, and here we should be able to get the, yeah, so can you see here? So if it was not installed, it just says not installed, and you can just install it from here. Once you have installed voice of customer instance into your solution, then you can configure the same solution from within this panel, which is applications. So from instances solution, you can actually install it, and then by going to applications, you can configure this solution as well. So this was about the installation part, as I have done it right now. Right. Moving ahead, now we'll talk about the components of VOC. As we saw that you can see that now, the voice of customer entity or the tab is enabled within the Dynamics 365 instance. So there are multiple type of entities which you can see inside this module, which are surveys, service responses, response outcomes, and then their images and themes. So we'll go ahead, we'll see one by one, then that how we can go ahead and how we can create our own personalized survey and how we can present it to our customers. So first of all, the first component of the VOC would be to plan the survey, right? So for planning, it's important to have a plan for configuring your voice of customer surveys. That's first thing. And you can think about these things. So suppose you can think about what's the purpose of your survey. For example, you might want to interact with your customers, promote new products or services, or measure customer satisfaction. If your goal is to measure something, what and how do you want to measure it? So on these lines you can think, and other than that you can think about, maybe how long do you want the survey to be, keep in mind. And then longer surveys tend to have higher abandon rates. A good rule of thumb is to, to keep your surveys shorter than 5 minutes or no longer than 10 questions, depending upon the type of question you ask. And this was about the, the second prerequisite or the planning part which you can have. Other than that, you can think about like how many mandatory questions are to be included in the survey. We recommend that you ask a few mandatory questions as possible. Along with that, you can also plan and think about, can you reuse all or the part of the existing survey? So if you can do that, then these can be merged, mix up, merged for different products or different services that you provide. So from that ways we can do it. Moving ahead, we'll go and see, how we can design our own survey. So to design our own survey, we first need to have a theme in place. So we'll go to the themes header. Now from here, as you can see, I have created two themes. One is custom theme VOC. Let's just go inside it and see, you can create your own theme as well. You can copy a theme and do your modifications on that particular theme. So as you can see, this is about just, yeah. So as you can see that the, in this theme section, I am able to provide the, how, what would my header text would look like, what would be my company logo, and where should I keep it. It tells you that these are the footer section. So how you can maybe provide your progress bar. Maybe you can provide it in the header section or in the footer section, so wherever you would like it. And how your questions and their supposedly answers would look like, and what would be their colors, so that you can provide with this drag and drop design box which you can see right now. Other than that, if you are, if you are comfortable with coding CSS, then the system provides you with a CSS editor as well. So you can provide all your queries inside the CSS editor, and then you would be able to create a new theme for yourself. After that, we have went through the theme. Suppose we have created this particular theme, and after that I can go to images. So in images I can store different logos or the background images which I want to be part of my survey. So here, if I just open this, it's very easy. Just like, you have need to upload an image. It would show you that what is the image format, it would ask you, and it would tell you that if any image is selected or not. So right now here you can see that there this is an existing image which is a company logo. So this would look like this particular image which you can see right now. So this is the preview, and this is how your image would look like in your survey. So the design part, we have covered two things, that we need to create a theme first, and then after that we can import or upload different images which we want to be part of a survey as a logo or as a background image. So that's on to you. After that, once we have, designed and saw all these things, then we'll go to surveys and see how I can particularly design my own survey. So maybe I'll just open this up. Yeah, so right now you can see, I'll just fold these sections. And right now you can see that the survey panel contains the 6 different type of tabs. So first one is the summary tab. In the summary tab, you provide the basic information such as what would be the name of survey and what would be the URL. So the URL or the customized URL which you want to have, and other important things such as if there is any particular close date for this survey, like what would be the expiry date, something like that. So it is on that lines. Other than that, you can restrict other things as well, such as you if you do not want people to to give you multiple completions, then you can say yes to it, that restrict multiple completions by the customer. And other than that, you can say that okay, what type of response do I want to give? So it should be an anonymous survey, or should it be a non-anonymous survey? So if I talk about anonymous and non-anonymous, what does it mean? So if I talk about anonymous, for these surveys, Dynamics 365 doesn't know who the respondents are, as the name suggests. You can distribute a link to the survey using email, the social sites such as Twitter or Facebook, or other web pages. These type of surveys are best suited for lead creation or information gathering, where they identify uh, of the respondent is not important. Identity of the respondent is not important. So this was about the anonymous survey. And if you want it to be non-anonymous, then you can send the survey invitation link to specific contacts, accounts, or leads in Dynamics 365. You can also personalize the invitation link using the customer name and product name, agent name, and so on. So that's up to you. So here I can see that, okay, if I want my survey to be anonymous or if I want my survey to be non-anonymous. So that was the first part. Now I would look about the survey runtime. So it is those things which you want to, include in your footer link. So if I want that, okay, this text should be, visible to my survey, I can provide it. I can provide the survey email text as well from within here. And as you can see on the left hand side, we can provide the theme. We can provide the logo as as we created and saw in just right away. If you want to show the progress bar or not, if you want to show the page numbers or not. So small things which you want, which will help you customize your own service for your customers. Other than that, once you have created a survey, right, so you would be able to see this invitation and actions section fulfill with these links. So here's an email snippet which you can copy and right away send it to the customer whom you want to by sending an email. Or if you want to send an anonymous link, you can send an anonymous link to your customers as well. And from here we can see that what do we want to do with the responses. So if you want to create a lead for response, yes, if you set it to yes, then it would create a lead for your response. If you create an alert task, so if whenever you require, or whenever you have any response from your customer, then the system can alert you as well, or it can calculate a score according to the responses which the person has given you. So from here you can provide it. Another important thing is you can provide the unsubscribe button within the survey, so that if someone doesn't want to take it, you are not forcing them, and you just provide this link in the footer of your survey. Moving ahead, these are the validation files basically which you can upload. And yeah, so we are done designing our survey, as you can see right now. And you can see this button over here, copy snippet. So from here I can copy this particular snippet and send it to my customer via the emails, as you can see right now. I'll just maybe open this, just a second. Yeah, so I can provide some links as well, or notes as well. So I'll copy the snippet and send it. I can copy the snippet and send it to the my customer if I want. So I'll just create an email. I'll say copy snippet, sorry. Yeah, I'll just go back to the, I think it did not get copied. Yeah, so once here I'll be able to send out these surveys. So I'll show you that what all are there related to this particular survey, which you can see right now. So I have another survey. We can check that as well. So here also, so I'll just open this. This was the activity which I was talking about, that, you can create a activity, maybe an email or a survey activity, and provide your information here itself, and then you can send it out to your customers. So once I do this, I'll be able to send this particular survey activity to my customers. So this was about the distribution part, that we can, we can copy the email snippet. We can copy the snippet from the button as well, as you can see right here. And under the invitation, and as we just saw, under the invitations and actions section, you are able to see the invitation link text as well. So this one, so this would be entered and you would be able to provide it to your customer. So once you have this sent to your customers, then you can wait for your responses. Or once you have designed this survey, we'll go to the designer pass. Once we have set the survey that, okay, these are the basic things which I want to have, then you can design your own surveys. So right now you can see on the right hand side, so these are the different type of questions which I can ask. So they can be short answers, long answers, it can be a rating questions, maybe a single response, it can be a date questions, maybe a ranking, or these other things I can put up in my survey. I'll go to the next page and just show you, how, yeah. So as you can see, I have provided a bar response type. I have provided some radio buttons and multiple select and maybe single select. So all those we can control. So from in the designer, this is also just drag and drop. So you just need to drag it from here and maybe put it up or here itself. So, if you do that, you are able to have this question. So how would you like to rate us? Right? So this type of things we can you can do, and it is very easy to create a design, a survey. And after that, you would be able to see your dashboards as well, which we'll see just in a while. So the dashboard shows you an interactive user interface that graphically represents the survey insights. It consists of various tiles that provide an overview of the matrix, such as NPS score, average CSAT score, and other response ratio. Along with that, visibility into the surveys as well. You can explore and analyze the survey data as needed when you click a tile on the dashboard, and the corresponding report page opens up for the further analysis. So there are different type of scores which are available. So I'll just give you example of one or two. So maybe the average CSAT score. So it displays the average CSAT score. It provides you with the survey score. It provides you with the average NPS score. So NPS just displays the survey distribution depending upon the promoter, the passive and the detractor and NPS types. So it provides you on that basis. CSAT, if we talk about the CSAT trend, so as you can see, there are different type of views here, which you can just change it to and see that. I'm not too sure if I have the correct data right now. Yeah, so it just tells me that how many time I have sent out the survey and what is the score or percentage, which I can see right now, or if I want to see the satisfaction by month, so I am able to see that okay, on a scale of 4, I'm satisfaction rating is 3.5 for this particular month, which is good for me. And I was talking about the NPS trend. So displays it the NPS trend, it displays the trend of average net promoter scores over a period of time. The x-axis displays the time period, and the y-axis displays the average NPS, as we just saw that this displays the bar, the highest ranking, and this displays the month, and along with that it displays the number also. So what is the satisfaction score? So these are different type of the scores available, and different type of charts which you can see. As that similar type of summary you can see over here. Now we can to run a report, run and export a report. I'll just show you from where we can do it. So that would be our analytics part. So you have a dashboard where you can configure your own charts. What do you want to see? Which scores you want to see? And the dashboard. So how do we want to see it? So once I am here, I can run a report. So right now you can see there are 3 reports by default. I'll just quickly download one of these to all applicable records, and it would show me the NPS report for the surveys which I've created. So there are not much surveys. So the NPS it shows right now. So I have created 2 surveys, and these are the 2 published surveys which I have. And right now, because of the lack of responses, it just showing me 0. Other than that, I can create a survey summary report. So we'll just run this report as well. Yeah. So it is telling me, so the responses basically of the summary. So it is telling me that what were the questions of the survey. So summary report of this particular surveys, this surveys test 1, and what are the answers which people have given me. So if it is anonymous, I would not be able to see whom it has provided, but if it is non-anonymous, I would be able to see that okay, which person provided what score, and you can thereby plan your further activities, like how can you improve that score, and how these things can help you run your business in a better way. So these type of reports are available by default in the system. So that is all from my side as far as this particular video is concerned. So that was all from my side. If you have any queries, if you have any queries or any questions for us, if you want to see the demo of any product, you can just inform at us info@dynamicsquare.com, and we'll get back to you real soon. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.